It is good when the government pays attention to the request of its citizens. Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about Algeria's step to fulfill the demands of the protesters. Algeria approved constitutional amendment on Sunday that experts call an ambitious move to answer public demand after months of protests and to safeguard its border against violent extremism spillover from Libya and other troublesome neighbors. Since its independence from France in 1962, the North African country's constitution has stipulated that the army mission is to defend Algeria's border and sovereignty without breaching other nations' sovereignty. That changed in the November 1 referendum when Article 28 and 29 of the Constitution were amended to allow cross-border operations upon the approval of two-thirds of its parliament and under the supervision of the Arab League, the African Union and the United Nations. It is a pragmatic choice. The region is unstable and Algeria is surrounded by states, mainly Mali, Niger and Mauritania, that are considered to be fragile states, so Algeria needs to be ready if a conflict erupted in its neighbor. Dalia Ghanem, Algerian president scholar, C. Malcolm H. Carnegie Middle East Center in Beirut told VOA. Ghanem said the new amendment to allow the army to carry out cross-border peacekeeping missions are an attempt by the government to prepare Algeria for any future military interference in neighboring countries. Algeria has been in political unrest since 2019 when thousands of its citizens took to the streets to protest, tempted by Abdelaziz Bouteflika to run for president fifth consecutive time. Youth-led movement Iraq ended to Bouteflika rule and brought the Majid Tobaan to power. The Sunday referendum, which coincided the anniversary of Algeria's war for independence, approved proposed change with 66.8% of the votes despite a low turnout of about 23%. The amendment introduced presidential term limits and created a new anti-corruption body the government say will help address the country's economic crisis. Iraq, however, says the amendments of fundamental reform. Now to the terror threats. The Overseas Security Advisory Council (OSAC) in September published its Algeria 2020 Crime and Safety Report that found terrorist groups remained active in the Sahara region, where Algeria extends southwards. Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb (AQIM) allied groups, and ISIS elements, including the Algeria affiliate locally known as Jund al-Khalifa in Algeria, JAK-A, now calling itself ISIS Algeria. At present, this group aspires to attack Algerian security service, local government targets, and Western. Report said cross-border threats include the presence of Algeria's eastern border. It also cited concern coming Tunisia, where AQIM leaders were trying to unify factions in Algeria, while Algerian officials in the past were largely passing towards conflict in their region. They are now recognizing the necessity of military engagement in addition to diplomacy to assert their role in regional affairs, according to Petro Lebovich, a policy fellow at the European Council on Foreign relations. Algeria has been concerned regarding security of its border for years and has become particularly acute since the revolution in Libya, the Tuareg rebellion in Mali of 2012, and of course several attacks in Algeria towards Lebovich said. Now it is obvious that Algeria's security is threatened, and this is a very terrible situation when the security
of a country is threatened. It is not only in Algeria, it is in so many African countries. Just last week Sunday, I'm talking about 30th of November 2020, it was reported that in Nigeria, 43 farmers were slaughtered. We don't know if the numbers are higher than that, but as for now, that's the number that has been given. But on the other hand, the United Nations said that they were about 103 that were slaughtered. But we can't go with that figure because the United Nations later withdrew the number. So we have to assume that it was 43 rice farmers. And that's to tell you how bad security is in Africa. It is very terrible. It's not a situation, it's the problem of one country. It is bad to see things deteriorating like this. Now, in 2019, like I said earlier, Algeria citizens were protesting, and to address their request, the government has decided to do what? To undergo a constitutional reform, which is a very great news to me, because I think as time changes, everything also changes with it. And we must understand that if we stick to one constitution, we must see that if we are sticking to that constitution, it is working perfectly for us. If not, maybe it's high time it was scrapped. And that is exactly what Algeria is doing. Now they are extending their military operation to over borders now to see how they secure the country. And the most interesting thing is not even about the security, but the thing we should be thinking about is where how these terrorists coming from, who is sponsoring them. Because we have that problem in Algeria, we have some problem here in Nigeria, who is sponsoring these people. Because terrorism require a lot of food, and why are they sponsoring them? Because now that question we should ask ourselves is very terrible. Now we're thinking, because we must understand something that in every situation, every country has their own agenda. No matter how nice they can appear to be, no matter how good they want to appear, but they have their own agenda. And I was thinking about it, that let's assume Africa fully developed. Don't you think there's going to be a serious problem? I don't think so, because looking at it, Africa is the major market for so many products because of how underdeveloped the place is. And you must understand that every government of the country both local market and foreign market for its own citizens now to facilitate more production. What I'm talking about is that some people are actually sponsoring terrorism, reduce or stop the progress of Africa in order to ensure that they always have a market for their goods. Because coming to think about it, even if you want to say, let me analyze it for you. The US, they use maybe you buy a new camera, they use it for maybe 2-3 years, and then guess what? It is shipped down to Africa. In China, they produce clothes, and China, most of the goods coming from China to many African countries are new. But when it goes to Western countries, you find out that most of them is second-hand, so which means that it is still a market for them. So definitely some external force are sponsoring terrorism in Africa. I'm not trying to accuse anybody or any country that we need to pay attention to. Who enjoy terrorizing a country if they don't have a specific agenda? This is exactly where we should be focusing our minds. We can see how it is going, and it is getting bad by the day. So many African countries are in a state of distress due to one problem or the other. In Nigeria here, it's even worse. You have Boko Haram, and then we are still talking about ISIS. I don't understand. It is very, very terrible. I wonder that's on the problem. But now, what is the solution? when there's a problem, we can only talk about it for some time. But after some time, you have to think about what the solution is. Because talking about the problem will not bring any solution. Not until you sit down and think that what exactly is the solution to this problem. And I think for now, the solution is for all African countries to come together as one and put ideas on the table. This will only happen they are all ready and willing to work
together selflessly, and everybody try to do what? Selfish interest in order to ensure that they come up reasonable, acceptable plan. And for me, I think the main thing or the approach they can make from now is to do what? Is to unite force. Look at the for example now. Do I fully understand that a country has right to handle its personal interest? A sovereign country has right to handle its personal affairs, so to say. And I fully understand that. But why not just put that aside for now? We are talking about people's lives here. People are dying. We have to think about it properly. The main solution to insecurity in Africa is for countries in Africa to come together. When there is a problem in Algeria, all military from each country are deployed to that place to see that that problem is solved. If there's a problem in Nigeria, all military from every African country deployed. Just imagine that, and imagine how strong we to kick out terrorism from Africa in no time. This is exactly what we should be talking about. We should look for better ways towards to fight terrorism, ways to fund the military. I mean, there's African Union, there are so many organizations that can come up with strategy to see that they can fund the military. So if there's any problem going on in South Africa, the whole military from each country are going to be deployed to South Africa to see that that problem is solved. Imagine how much respect we are going to get with putting this kind of strategy and idea. But it's not going to happen not until we kick out selfish interest. It is bad. It is very, very bad to be selfish and jealous. One person is trying to prove he's the giant, and another person is trying to prove that no, you're not fit to be the giant. Then one person is trying to oppress one person. We have forgotten that we are all human beings. I think it's bad. We need to start thinking. Going back to the drawing board to see where we got it wrong. But I can tell you for free that the day we started feeling that everybody was interested in his own alone, you don't care about your neighbor, all you care about is your own. On that day, that will fall apart. And that's exactly what we're seeing in our society today. And it starts from the smallest family. Don't care about what is going on with your neighbor. Don't care about anything. All you care about is people privacy. But there's a way you can actually interfere into the situation without interrupting the situation. What do I mean by that? There's a limit to which you can come close, and you have to even observe your neighbor and know the kind of person your neighbor is, so you can know how you can help in your own little way. Either it's advice, either it's by money, either it's by food. It can even be as little as greeting. But the society we have today, dismantled society. Just tell me, how do you think a machine is going to work if all its parts are taken apart? How do you think a machine is going to work if all its parts are taken apart? And that's exactly the problem we have. How do you think a country is going to function if all family after they are all alone? We need to stop this bad behavior because it's going to get us nowhere. It's going to keep us broken and we never function. And you know, I will always emphasize and I will never get tired of saying it, that it starts from you and me. Start from your own family. So I start from my own family. So we can create that mindset, that avenue for cooperation and not competition. I think it's wise we get to work. It is wise we get started with what is right. That is just an advice from my own table. However, let's see how Algeria is planning to deal with the insecurity situation in their country. So the Algeria government are planning to work with the United States. They want to work with the US to see that insecurity totally addressed. September 11, 2001, terrorist attacks Algeria as making terrorism operation with the United hesitates. Some observers say that the scope of security and military relationships has improved in recent months because of its rising ability. Jihadists maneuver across. The US is trying to have a more holistic and evolved approach in the region and trying to continually foster a closer defense relationship with Algeria, particularly in a time when US government is concerned about the influence of other power in North Africa, West Africa, Russia, China and Turkey. Lebowitz said in late September. Army Gen. Stephen Townsend, the commander of US Africa Command, visited the Algerian capital Algiers, where he met with President Tabion to discuss increasing cooperation on regional stability. Algeria is a committed counter-terrorism. They play a central role to the security of North Africa and Mediterranean, Townsend said, stressing the region's importance for the interest of the US, Africa and Europe. In a separate visit on October 1, US Secretary of Defense Mark Esper said he spoke to Algerian officials about the threats imposed by extremist groups in the Sahara and Sahel region. There are a number of areas where we plan to increase our cooperation, as in counterterrorism. We look to improve our exercises together, Esper said. We also discussed other issues involving our militaries, which I am confident will increase our impact as well. In the Western visit, by an extension of US institutions of Algeria, indicates Washington predicts a growing military of Algeria as it shifts away from its non-interventionist position. You can see it right there. The US are planning to help them. Like you saw, the Secretary of Defense, the US Secretary of Defense is already having a talk, and they're coming up with a reasonable plan. And like you said, and like you heard, he said they are going to leave their position of non-interference, which is quite a good news, because if you observe, US is good at something, that is trying to ensure that all countries or all African countries handle their own affairs, because they are a sovereign country, and that's why US try as much as possible not to interrupt, which I find it's very great and it is a good approach. But now, when things are getting out of hand, I think they have to also interrupt, because it is human lives we are talking about here. People are dying. The work or the job of this world power is to ensure that human lives and property worldwide is protected without really seriously affecting the sovereign state of the country. And that is exactly what is very important here. That is what we should consider here. Human lives. I think it's quite a good news for Algeria, because the US now are planning a more holistic approach towards handling terrorism. The major thing Algeria just needs to do is to ensure that they maintain good relationship and ensure that they try to push for what they want, that their agenda is clearly stated. That way the US will find it easy to come in. I really want to thank Algeria government, because the president has also said that the amendment of the constitution is mainly to see that the request of the protesters are met, which is a sign of a leader that has concern on what is happening to his people. That's a leader that wants to see the progress of his country. We need passionate leaders that are ready push until their goals in office. When I say goals, I mean positive goals. The goals of the people, the goals to eradicate poverty, and the goals that will help ensure that the country is stabilized. I mean, where is Africa or African countries the category of the country they refer to as underdeveloped? Aren't we thinking about this? Some African countries are 60 something, 50 something, and they are still referred to as underdeveloped, please, when are they going to be developed? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. We need to be serious and put our country first. That is the only time the country and the continent can move forward. Thank you. Bye for now. Yeah guys, that was it for this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give the video a thumbs up. We put out amazing video every 7 days, so you can consider subscribing to the channel so we can have amazing progress within a short period of time. We'll be more than grateful because we know that you guys enjoyed yourself, and yes, we'll be happy if you can get us to 1,000 subscribers within a short time. Yeah, we are so grateful. See you next time. Goodbye.